What to expect when the Aston Martin V12 Vantage returns in 2022? Yes, Aston Martin will indeed reintroduce the iconic V12 Vantage once again. But the announcement is bittersweet. As gas-guzzling V12 engines are on their way out, it would be the final iteration of the V12-powered British sports car. For now, Aston Martin has only confirmed that the V12 Vantage will arrive in 2022 and a cheeky teaser with the exhaust note of the sonorous V12. It seems impossible to curb our enthusiasm. What made the V12 Vantage special? The Vantage badge first came into existence in 1950 with the DB2 Vantage as a performance option. The 2.6-liter inline six-cylinder engine tuned to a higher compression ratio and more upgrades was pushing the standard 105 horsepower output to 125 horsepower. The name was seen again with the DB4 Vantage, DB5 Vantage, and the DB6 Vantage, to signify the higher performance versions of Aston Martins. In 1977, Aston Martin decided to spin the name off into its distinguished model. It gave birth to the iconic Aston Martin V12 Vantage. It was hailed as Britain's first supercar with a 170 mph top speed and a 0 to 60 mph time of 5.3 seconds. A whole 1/10 of a second quicker than the Ferrari Daytona. The first time a V12 Vantage came into existence was with the DB7 V12 Vantage in 1999. At the Geneva Motor Show, Aston Martin revealed a 5.9-liter, V12-powered model that offered 420 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. It had a claimed top speed of 186 mph and could sprint from 0 to 60 mph in 4.9 seconds. This model was so successful, the sales of the standard DB7 with the supercharged inline six-cylinder engine dropped considerably before it was axed soon after. Aston Martin V12 Vantage. In 2005, the Vantage name appeared again as a standalone model, being the baby in the Aston range. Initially, powered by a 4.3-liter V8 motor, then a larger 4.7-liter V8 motor introduced that churned out 420 horsepower and 347 pound-feet of torque. The Vantage was Britain's answer to the Porsche Cayman 987. The birth of the V12 Vantage. Then someone at Aston felt that something was missing from the 172.5 in long, 73.5 in wide Vantage. So they decided to somehow squeeze in the enormous naturally aspirated 5.9-liter V12 AM11 engine from the 2008 DBS into the tiny chassis. After a few concepts and prototypes were seen, the V12 Vantage as we know it was born in 2009. It packed 510 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque. It was capable of accelerating from 0 to 62 mph in 4.2 seconds, and a top speed of 190 mph. There was even a more powerful version called the V12 Vantage S that made 565 horsepower and 457 pound-feet of torque thanks to the revisions to the engine. The 0 to 60 mph time dropped to 3.9 seconds, and it topped out at 205 mph. The baby Aston was now the fastest production model in the history of the brand. Aston Martin V12 Vantage S. The V12 Vantage was so good and so popular it witnesses a decade-long production run with countless special edition models like the V12 Zagato, GT12 with the dogleg 7-speed manual, Vantage Armor, Armor Pro, and the final V600. 2022 V12 Vantage. What to expect? Aston Martin launched an all-new version of the Vantage in 2018. Now in bed with Mercedes-AMG, the Vantage borrows its 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 engine from the AMG lineup, making 510 PS and 505 pound-feet of torque. The Vantage Armor is offered a manual transmission as well. For the upcoming V12 Vantage, Aston has not revealed a single detail about the car, not even a sketch as yet. However, evidently the bigger 5.2-liter, twin-turbo V12 would be handed down by its elder siblings, the DB11 and DBS Superleggera. as the engine produces different power numbers for either models. We cross our fingers and hope it is tuned to the full-bore 715 horsepower with the hairy-chested 664 pound-feet as the V12 Vantage rightfully should be. It is likely to use the ZF 8-speed automatic, rather than the Mercedes-sourced 9-speed transmission. If expectations aren't high enough, we believe some styling elements of the V12 Speedster could trickle down to the V12 Vantage as well. Like its predecessor, the V12 model would feature some aggressive styling cues. Prototype images reveal it would include a revised front grille, larger exhaust outlets, additional air intakes, and a power bulge on the hood to accommodate the bigger V12 engine. It is heartbreaking to know that it will be the final V12 Vantage ever before it gets electrified in the future. But it is better to be thankful that we still have one more generation of a thoroughbred Vantage to drive off into the sunset.